in India, consumption for Indian products, Indian whiskey products will be higher than international products over time?
We are already the largest whiskey consumers in the world.
आपका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मोस्टली मेट्रो टियर 1 टियर 2 में है और इज इट अक्रॉस?
You'll be surprised. Tier 2, Tier 3 cities are drivers of growth.
If you have to suggest that someone who is already a consumer, so what is the right quantity, maybe weekly, monthly?
I would just say in one line, prefer quality over quantity.
कोई स्पेसिफिक पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड है जहाँ पे ये ज़्यादा एक्सपोर्ट होता है और इट्स अक्रॉस द ग्लोब?
It's across 60 countries. People love good whiskey wherever it comes from. So quality, of course, always stands out.
राइट. रोड ब्लॉक क्या रहा है सबसे बड़ा?
Internally, we have members, while they have a common vision, common goal, they are also competitors between themselves.
You are enjoying this stint because you said पिछले 6 साल में आपने अलग अलग चीज़ें करी है. Something now?
मुझे मज़ा आ रहा है. I like to learn and upskill. And this is such a fantastic, intriguing field.
अपने आर्मी लाइफ से बताइए कौन सी लर्निंग सबसे ज़्यादा हेल्प किया है आपको?
Stay mission focused. To keep focused on your mission, like a dart, that is very important. Because there will be noises, there will be challenges, you will have to be resilient, stay calm under pressure, right?
थोड़े ब्रांड्स के नाम बताइए ना सर, कि ये ब्रांड्स हैं और आप जो कह रहे हैं कि वो इक्विवेलेंट है या बेटर है इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड से, क्यों बेटर है?
Because
वेलकम बैक एवरीवन. आज बढ़ता इंडिया देखो पे हम देखेंगे एक अनोखी कहानी. हियर वी हैव फ्रॉम द इंडियन आर्मी मेजर जनरल रिटायर्ड डॉक्टर राजेश चोपड़ा. नो, he is not going to be here representing the Indian Army. He is going to be here representing IMWA, Indian Malt Whisky Association के डायरेक्टर जनरल हमें बताएंगे how we are building a whiskey brand, in fact a house of brands from India and taking on the world. In this conversation you will realize there are many ways of taking India forward. This is just one of them. आओ देखते हैं. वेलकम राजेश सर टू बढ़ता इंडिया देखो. आपका इतना यूनिक डिफरेंट प्रोफाइल है कि आई डोंट नो कि आपको कैसे इंट्रोड्यूस करें ऑडियंस के साथ. क्या बताएं आपके बारे में. बट फॉर द ऑडियंस व्हिच इज सीइंग यू फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, हियर इज अ ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम लीडिंग बटालियंस टू लीडिंग द इंडियन विस्की इंडस्ट्री. आपके लिए पर्सनली ये चेंज कैसा रहा है? मतलब फ्रॉम द इंडियन आर्मी टू नाउ in very different profession. Was it a culture shock or was it a very smooth transition?
Neither of the two, because I was retired for the last 6 years now, and I have dabbled in different roles prior to this one.
पिछले 6 साल में?
हाँ जी. So I was vice president of an MNC company which was exporting wool waddings abroad. Then I was a defense consultant, and I also dabbled as a defense banking advisor with State Bank of India for the southern states, and this is my present role. So if I say that, you see, leadership core values don't change.
सच बात.
But depending on the structure of the organization, the nature of business, so as they say, leaders manage people and change. So I had to manage myself first, change first, read a lot, get to know the particular structure of the industry and the business regulations, of course. What does it involve? And what are the expectations of the association which I would be heading as far as the mission focus and objectives are concerned. So the last 1 year since we have got incorporated, it's been spent in not only my transition of the association, but also my transition, upskilling, learning on the job, and trying to imbibe as much as possible.
लर्निंग तो देखिए कभी ख़त्म नहीं होता है, मैं आपकी बात से पूरी तरह सहमत हूँ। पर ये जो सेक्टर है ये दिस इज़ अ वेरी डिफरेंट एंड यूनिक सेक्टर, और बहुत बार इंडियन ब्रांड्स को, स्पेशली विस्की ब्रांड्स को कहा जाता है देसी होता है, तो शायद क्वालिटी इतना अच्छा नहीं होता है और कंपैरेटिवली चीप भी होता है, तो उस हिसाब से भी थोड़ा एक परसेप्शन बनता है। तो दो चीज़ें पूछ रहा हूँ, आपका पर्सनल एसोसिएशन विद दिस सेक्टर क्या रहा है, विद दिस पर्टिकुलर एसोसिएशन एज अ विस्की मॉल्ट विस्की एसोसिएशन, और इंडियन ब्रांड्स आपके हिसाब से क्यों इक्विवेलेंट या बेटर है, जो इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड्स IMFL की जो हम बात करते हैं उससे क्यों बेटर है?
Two things. This is purely exclusively a malt whisky association.
Right.
We deal with single malts and pure malts.
Okay.
So if I were to define single malt, it has 6-7 very unique features and specifications. If I may list out, like it has to be made from 100% malted barley, single distillery as the name comes. It has to be matured in oak casks of less than 700 liters, distilled in copper pot stills, right? So this 5-6 definitions, specifications define a single malt. And when we talk of pure malt, it could be 2 or more single malts vatted together, made from different distilleries, and only 3 ingredients: malt, water, and yeast is used. No additives, only permitted flavor. So these 5-6-7 qualities define single malts. And as you were saying, my experience is that we are now at par, if not better, than the world-renowned scotches, or what you call single malts. Our founding members and our members who are joining us, they are winning accolades, awards across international events. And Indian single malts are now competing with your Japanese, with your Irish, with your Scotch
थोड़े
whisky.
ब्रांड्स के नाम बताइए ना सर, कि ये ब्रांड्स हैं और आप जो कह रहे हैं कि वो इक्विवेलेंट है या बेटर है इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड से, क्यों बेटर है?
Because we have unique maturation, climatic conditions, and these terroir profiles where our whiskies are more bold, more flavored, better notes. Because of the tropical climate, our whiskey matures faster as compared. It's more bolder. Then typical region-wise, you say right from the grains to the yeast, to the water which we use, to the way you mature in the various casks, and how you mature, what temperature. So there's a whole gamut of chemistry involved, it's actually a craft. Art and science together. And Indian blenders, master blenders, are really making finest whiskies across the world. So these unique qualities, identity of ours, are making the world take note of Indian single malts.
Is it available? मतलब जैसे
it is exported to more than 60 countries. It is also available in number of duty-free shops. And our 6-7 brands are not only available across the shelf, but they're also available in our canteen stores department.
थोड़ा नाम बताइएंगे ब्रांड्स के?
I can start with Amrut. I can start with Indri. We have Paul John. We have Radico, Rampur. We have Godawan. See, so these are 6-7 brands which really stand out, and they account for more than 75% of the revenue share of the Indian single malt industry.
Oh my God, that's big. तो इनकी प्राइसिंग इक्विवेलेंट होती है इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड्स के साथ, या कम होती है, ज़्यादा होती है?
Very good question. We stand competitively very well.
अच्छा.
As far as our USP is concerned. So our single malts are priced very well compared to the foreign markets. So that is one more USP why we sell good abroad, and there's a growing demand for it.
Very nice. वेरी नाइस. और आप कह रहे हो इतने सारे कंट्रीज़ में एक्सपोर्ट होता है, तो कोई स्पेसिफिक पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड है जहाँ पे ये ज़्यादा एक्सपोर्ट होता है, और इट्स अक्रॉस द ग्लोब?
It's across 60 countries. Of course, now the footprint is being focused on, say, US, UK with this FTA, Middle East, Southeast Asia. So these are our main areas. Even Africa. We are even going into Scandinavian countries like Poland. Yesterday, Indri launched in Poland. So the footprint is increasing. People love good whiskey wherever it comes from. So quality, of course, always stands out.
Right.
And that is what Indian single malts are proving to the world.
Right. And so this is so good. In fact, in a way, feels proud also to hear this.
Yes. It's like, part of our Atmanirbhar Made in India brand.
Yes.
Which is now acknowledged world over.
Right. This particular space and the Indian whiskey space also in a way talks about our culture and storytelling also. Right. And मैं आपके शब्द से सुनना चाहूँगा कि how does your brands or the story of building IMWA represent our story as Bharat?
So as Bharat, what we are trying to tell is that Indian terroir, climate, innovative ways of fermentation and distillation, combined with our, regional ingredients, they give it a unique identity, right? So our storytelling, of course, is based on these 4-5 USPs. Our maturation is faster. Our angel share is also more. Okay.
What do you mean by angel share?
When I say angel share is evaporation.
Acha.
So rate of evaporation in Indian is about 7 to 12% approximately, whereas in Scotland, colder countries, it is 2 to 3%.
Because of the heat, yes.
Because of the heat, the climate, humidity. Also, the way we have our casks, maturation spaces, how is it loaded? So, as I told you, it's an art and science. So, coming back to the point, so these are our USPs, which make it really unique and great.
तो मतलब एक एवरेज लेमैन के पर्सपेक्टिव से
So I'll continue with that, and how do we do our storytelling is now that whiskey tourism is catching up here.
Whiskey tourism.
Yes.
मतलब
so
plants में जाके
yeah. So your immersive experience.
हाँ.
You will have visitor centers located next to the plant. There you take people. There you make them taste this thing. Take them around the distillery. There's a short PPT. So, what you are drinking, why you are drinking, how is it made, complete story, the history, the legacy, the brand identity is shared with you there. That develops that particular loyalty to the brand and the connect. And it's not just about drinking any, whiskey. So this we are imbibing slowly, and it's coming in a big way in India. So the new generation want to experience this, not just drink whiskey. They want to have an immersive experience, as they say. So
that's very interesting. आपके कितने ऐसे plants हैं या locations हैं जहाँ पे visit कर सकते हैं as a visitor?
Most of them have a visitor center located next to it. I can talk of Indri, I can talk of Paul John, there is Rampur.
कहाँ पे है थोड़ा locations बताएंगे?
Paul John is in Goa.
In Goa.
Yeah. Wow. So Indri is a place very close to Karnal. It's right next where their factory is co-located. And Rampur में है आपके Radico खेतान वाले. And that's how our 3-4 members.
Okay. And ये क्या visitors को pay करके देखना होता है या it's free?
If you have the license, you have to pay for the tasting session. Would you like to have 3, 6, taste expressions to be tasted? And there are various models to it. Some are free, some are paid, but you have to have a license for a paid testing session. And then you have a PPT going. You even have souvenir shops there. A small cafe or a restaurant where you can even host your friends and party along. So it's a very wholesome experience which they try to give you when you visit this.
So nice. Please share a few maybe pictures with us which we can put up for the audience
Absolutely,
also.
absolutely.
So that they then also would want to visit
Sure.
and move forward in this. आपने बताया 1 ही साल हुआ है IMWA को and obviously there's a long way to go from here I'm assuming. तो आपके अगले 2-3 साल के क्या thoughts है, plans है, क्या कैसे expand करने वाली है ये company?
Yeah, so what we want to do is as part of our vision and objectives, which is to protect, preserve and promote the Indian single malt industry, both domestically and globally.
Preserve and promote. 3 P's.
Now, each 3 P's has got, we have to work on each 3 of these.
Right.
So, how do you protect? There are, as I told you last time, we have number of fly-by-wire, players who do not conform to the international standards and norms of a single malt whiskey or a patented malt. So we want to protect our industry from those. We want to make quick buck, right? For that we need statutory force, regulations, standards. So we as IMWA have formulated the initial guidelines and standards. We have also acquired our certification trademark. We have applied for GI tag. That will be a big thing. When we get that regulatory and statutory force, it will deter.
इससे क्या होगा सर? GI tag से क्या होता है ये?
GI tag will have authorized users of GI. It's like any other GI tag. Kanchivaram, Darjeeling tea, Kolhapuri chappal.
तो authorized.
Prada ने use किया, they were taken to task.
Yes.
So similarly, so it will deter people. We can raise infringement issues, and also we are approaching the government to, amplify the regulations of single malt, to have these specifications, world class, world standard specifications, which we have laid out for IMWA based on the best international practices, like Scotch Whisky Association has, Irish Whisky Association has, Japanese Whisky Association. They are very old associations. So once you get that statutory and regulatory force behind, that is our vision for the next 1 to 2 years. Genuine players will join us. We are already traction building. From 4 to 6, we are already there. 2-3 more are wanting to be part of us.
Right.
But only genuine single malt players would be admitted based on our membership criteria and the guidelines and standards.
समझिए. Roadblock क्या रहा है सबसे बड़ा? Was it government approval, competition?
नहीं, you will be surprised. My association got government approvals very easily.
Okay.
With, single window and online thing. Internally, I'll be frank that you see we have founding members.
Right.
We have members. While they have a common vision, common goal, they are also competitors between themselves. So it's like any other industry.
I got your point.
So as far as DG, for me, while I keep my focus on the mission, I must make sure that we build a consensus towards that mission, that focus, those objectives which we have laid. So working around them, convincing, trying to get a consensus remains a challenge. So that is something I enjoy doing also.
Yeah, I understand. It's a conflict at that level is also strategic in level and
absolutely
in nature.
Absolutely.
And that also helps. ये IMWA का रोल क्या रहता है? Let's say आपके अभी 5-6 brands आपने बताया जो which are doing really well. ऐसे 8-10 हो जाते हैं आगे जाके. So what is your role? While is it distribution? Is it getting the necessary approvals? What is your role?
So as I told you, I'm not into the day-to-day running of the businesses.
Right.
We, again, based on our vision, protect, preserve, promote, single malt brands, both, we are sort of a bridge between the government regulatory authorities, government authorities, and also the stakeholders, all stakeholders.
Got it.
Right? So we act as a bridge, we take up their common causes, we take up issues which need attention by the government, we need issues which need attention by our members, whether it's on sustainability issues, whether it is on environment, whether it is on best practices, and any regulations and policies of the government, whether it is on labeling, on bottling, on excise. So these are shared. And we basically facilitate and also we under an IMWA banner be the unified voice of the industry, single malt industry, not only in India and abroad.
Yeah.
So as we are going ahead, we are going to take part in events, in international festivals under IMWA banner. So we have a space like this. We have single malt, 7, 8, 10 brands showcasing.
Together.
Right now, it's more fragmented. Each one has his own theme, a space. So we are aiming to project ourselves as a unified single voice of the industry.
So how does it work? मतलब how do you earn? How does the organization run? Revenue कैसे आता है?
It's one is entry fee, and then is annual subscriptions from the members.
Okay. Got it.
So all members contribute towards the annual.
And how big is IMWA? कितने लोग हैं? मतलब
there are 4 founding members as of now.
Right.
2 more have joined us, and we are looking at 2-3 more who have applied for a membership. So we are increasing. So
these will be always just founding members?
No, these are the 4 founding members, and there will be members.
Then there will be members.
Yeah. So the board of directors is presently constituted of these 4 members.
Okay.
And we have a maximum capacity of 7. So as we go along.
तो ये अप्लाई करने के लिए क्या क्वालिफिकेशन चाहिए होता है?
We have a application form.
Okay.
Which gives out details about our website, where we have listed out our regulations, policies, our guidelines and standards, and also some declarations. Whether you are meeting those criteria, membership criteria. We have the articles of association, the memorandum of association also on the site. So those specifications which define single malt, we go through. There's a committee which goes through the application form, recommends. The board finally approves based on those guidelines, criteria, and the membership criteria.
Understood. From what we hear as an outsider कि इस industry में बहुत taxes and regulation है, and it's very complex also.
Yeah.
What's your thought process on this?
Yes, there's no doubt that's it is a federal structure. You know how state-run excise and tax. It's a very complex, and it does pose challenges to the industry with the increasing input costs.
Right.
With the FTAs, foreign players coming, non-tariff barriers, competition increasing, and there is less stability and continuity based on the government policies and excise policies. But this landscape is changing. For example, the UP excise model is one of the best so far touted. So people are changing to something which gives stability, continuity. If you want to invest and innovate, the person who's putting in his money has to be sure.
Yes, true.
So there needs to be a policy stability. There has to be level playing field. Right now,
it's not level.
It's not level playing field. The importers are given more concessions vis-a-vis IMFL brands as far as labeling and taxes concerned. Also, our excise structures and taxes vary from state to state. So it's a continuous challenge for a manufacturer to deal with so many different states, so many different policies, so many different regulations.
Also, I think marketing is highly regulated.
Advertising.
Right? You can't advertise.
Yeah, so it's all surrogate ads.
Yes, I know.
But people have gone around using digital platforms, using social media, using, as I was telling you, influencers, visitor centers, tourism, events, awards. So all these are surrogate ads. So an industry, of course, government has health concerns and other issues. So, but I think the stakeholders are working towards it, and it's a continuous ongoing process, and things are improving by the day. That's the best part.
You are enjoying this stint because you said पिछले 6 साल में आपने अलग-अलग चीजें करी है. Does this sound like a long-term thing now?
मुझे मजा आ रहा है अभी right now, because I like to learn and upskill. And this is such a fantastic, intriguing field. You must visit a
I will.
distillery.
I'm planning.
As
to.
I tell you, it's all about chemistry and science. Making it's an art.
Right.
It's a craft,
Right.
and it's like any recipe which you make. No two recipes are the same. Similarly, no two expressions of whiskey. That's where the master blenders and the processes, take place and how it is done. It's very, very interesting, very challenging, and presently I'm enjoying.
राइट थोड़ा
For
ऑडियंस के पर्सपेक्टिव से पूछ रहा हूँ सर, क्योंकि अल्कोहलिज्म एज अ सोसाइटल thing is also not very much favored generally, and also there are health concerns that come in. तो आपका अगर if you have to suggest that someone who is already, let's say, a consumer, so what is the right quantity, maybe weekly, monthly, if you have to suggest?
So I would just say in one line, prefer quality over quantity. Okay. Every man's BMI, lifestyle, health, the way he lives is different.
बिल्कुल सच बात.
So कोई पैमाना नहीं हो सकता कि कौन कितना. Taste differs, your body reactions differ, your lifestyles, how your family takes it, how the society where you work. So there are complex, tangible, intangible factors. So
there's no one defined.
How you enjoy your whiskey or your alcohol is totally based on
who
your
body,
lifestyle, your body,
lifestyle, upbringing,
your upbringing, multiple factors.
ये एक एज वी ऑल नो काउंटरफीट अल्कोहल का एक बहुत बड़ा पैरेलल इंडस्ट्री सेटअप हो जाता है जब भी हम प्योर ब्रांड्स की बात करते हैं. हाउ डज एसोसिएशंस लाइक यू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट? मतलब अगर
right now, as I was telling you, this is the raison d'etre of forming Indian Malt Whisky Association. The first word I used in our vision was protect.
सही बात है.
So to protect, we have to have regulatory statutory force. So we applied for certification mark, we've got it. We're applying for GI tag. We're working with FSSCI, government authorities. So all this will give it legal force. See, right now, people are using single malts. We have no way to verify, no mechanism to challenge or counter that legally. So these regulations, once they are imbibed by FSSCI, they will itself be a big deterrent, right? And will give us the legal force to take on them if they infringe on these.
But the government is supportive in this.
Absolutely.
फैंटास्टिक. विस्की का एक सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंगल भी आता है, राइट? कितना पानी, ग्रेन्स, पैकेजिंग, मल्टीपल चीज़ें. हाउ आर यू मेकिंग टू प्लानिंग टू मेक द ब्रांड्स एनवायरमेंटली सस्टेनेबल फ्रॉम
this is one of the key USPs of our founding members. That's why we insist you have to have your own manufacturing setup.
Okay.
If you buy in bulk from somewhere, you're maturing second place, bottling in third place, you have no control over what you are selling, so to speak. So from grain to glass, I would say they have SOPs in place.
Okay.
Very detailed SOPs.
Okay.
Right from where you source your grain, how resistant it is, water resistant. Then the water you use, recycling, water treatment plants, even the husk of the malt is used either for fodder or for the boilers. Then all the temperature, the heat, you are using PNG, you're using electric, eco-friendly heating systems. And how do you dispose of your wastes? All that they have detailed SOPs, and of course the excise department also has an oversight. The state government have their oversight on these issues, and they are doing a lot of project works on how to regenerate, say, waters, forestation issues. So the big companies through their CSR projects also make sure that the environment through which they are sustaining is regenerated
Understood.
in number of ways. So they take on projects through NGOs on their own, through the CSR works also. And detailed SOPs do exist for each of
Understood.
these stages.
What kind of legal hassles or policy hassles do you guys have to face, if there is anything like that?
Regarding
something going wrong, let's say
sustainability?
Yes.
So there's an oversight
Hmm.
committee at each level of the company.
Okay.
And then they recommend to their board that these needs to be taken care of, and it's a part of an ongoing process. Their review is done, and anything suggested by the state government or the environment board was also taken note of it and did it too very seriously. So, and as I told you, they are aware by themselves, because the local populace is affected mostly where they have their industry. While they give employment, while they generate employment, they're also giving back to the society, and that they are very aware of this.
So true. आपका distribution mostly metro tier 1 tier 2 में है, or is it across 3-4 also?
You'll be surprised. The tier 2 tier 3 cities are drivers of growth.
अच्छा, that's so good.
इधर तो saturation हो गया. Now you are saying कि health concern,
तो कम
my lifestyle, I want premiumization, कितना लूँ कितना ना लूँ. But tier 2, because of a number of factors, socio-economic factors, affluence, they want to experience new generation, right? There is less gender bias, more affluence, more disposable income, and new generation want to experience, and they prefer quality, I would say, rather than quantity now.
Right.
So they are looking more at the premium brands, experiencing premium brands than IMFs. So we have a very big market within India, and no wonder every country wants to do an FTA with us. And UK is very happy. We opened up our markets and reduced the costs.
Are the taxations a little better in other countries as compared to India when you are exporting?
It varies from countries to country. They don't have as high tariffs as we have, but we needed it to support and make our industry grow. But that's changing with each FTA. We're working with EU, we're working with US, we're working with Australia. So depending on reciprocal tariff. So it's a give and take thing. Will vary with each region.
नहीं, I understand. अपने आर्मी लाइफ से बताइए, कौन सी लर्निंग सबसे ज़्यादा हेल्प किया है आपको to in the current role?
Stay mission focused. Everything else revolves around it, I think. If you're focused on your mission and your objectives, your vision, so of course discipline will help you, adaptability will help you, integrity will help you, teamwork will help you, innovation will help you. All that we imbibe through our careers. But to keep focused on your mission, like a dart, that is very important, because there will be noises, there will be challenges. You will have to be resilient, stay calm under pressure, right? As I told you, there will be competing issues and challenges, not only of the members, but outside pressures.
External also.
External. So how do you deal with these challenges, stay calm, work through them, and still make sure we want to be number one in the single malt industry, not only domestically but globally. And our brands, made in India brands, should be touted as better than Scotch or Irish or Japanese or Scottish.
This is again in a way representing the country.
So, yes, and I feel very proud that you're able to contribute to a made in India brand in same way you're serving the nation.
कोई आर्मी स्टोरीज से ही कोई एक पर्टिकुलर बैटल या वॉर या इंसिडेंट जो आप बताना चाहेंगे हमें? एंड आई एम एक्चुअली टेम्प्टेड टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन a little out of context.
So I was a United Nations mission in Angola. I was a task force commander, Indian military task force commander.
Angola mein?
Yes, it was war-torn Angola. I represented 100 plus force Indian, and we were tasked with having our detachments in those trouble-torn areas. The government and the UNITA rebels were at loggerheads. We had to disarm them. We had to maintain peace, and there were also UN observers, and a lot of stakeholders. And then the UNITA rebels and the government, they decided to fight each other and use the UN mission observers and task force as hostages. So I was hostage for about 45 days.
My God.
In water in Angola, but we came out.
What were the conditions?
No food, no water. We were in communication with an Inmarsat. I was staying in underground bunker, surrounded by the rebels, with the government forces trying to attack not only the rebels, our area also, so that the UNITA rebels are shown in bad light and vice versa. So they were using us as shields, and but you see, Indian mission had done a wonderful job. We were so close with the locals, the UNITA leaders and the government people, and in no way we would have been harmed, because the UNITA rebels and the government forces were told that Indians will not be touched. But it became very political. So, and I was in touch that time. Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, OSD, would speak to me on Inmarsat, the only communication device I had through an underground.
तो वो direct बात करते हैं.
Yes, and they were not aware. And slowly in that area where we were held, so there were only flights coming in and going in for food. So slowly I used to say 50 से 30, 30 से 20, 20 से 10 करके, slowly I used to send people away from that area which we were held, in the garb of flights coming in, giving us food, logistics somehow. But then the UNITA rebels caught on, and then we were left with 9 soldiers with me and one UN observer. Interesting times.
Everyone was safe at the end?
Yes.
My God. And how family didn't know where you were at that time?
No communication.
They were not aware. So at that time, how do you survive? I mean, it's only prayers or?
Goodwill, good luck, good relationships which you build over the year with your good work. So as I told you, each of the sides, while they were using us in a way, didn't want that we should be harmed, because that would have gone against them in a big way. And while the UN community was fighting for a release, the UNSRSG was also in touch with us. It's a very long story.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing. I feel so proud to hear some of these stories. But the good thing is you retire very young from the army, right? I mean, unlike corporate world where you retire 60 or more, तो ये comparatively जल्दी होता है. So then you are also left with a good share of your life which you are using so well in building Bharat forward in multiple directions, angles. So coming to IMWA again, as a movement, do you think in India consumption for Indian products, Indian whiskey products will be higher than international products over time?
We are already the largest whiskey consumers in the world by sheer numbers.
Wow, this is
and
amazing.
Scotch whiskey, biggest importer of Scotch whiskey in the world today. We overtaken France last year. With our, as I told you, increased population, with our changing socio-economic dynamics, this industry is really galloping, to say the least, and people are experimenting, I am sure, responsibly. And so we do also focus on awareness and health issues, because that is where we don't want to lose sight of. And this change in the society is coming up very gradually. There is no more the taboo of drinking, even in households, even as far as genders are concerned. And a range of things are being attempted and tried out. Experimentation has become very common with the new generation. While there are brand loyalties, you do have brand loyalties when you're with close people or your personal choices. But experimentation is driving this industry in a big way. So there is space, there is role for each one to come and play around in these conditions.
आप लोग टीवी पे भी मार्केटिंग करते हैं क्या? Because I have rarely seen these brands on TV.
No, ads are not.
I know, but बाकी लोग तो उसी brand name के साथ कुछ और package drinking water या
No, none of our members are doing that.
Okay.
No, so it's surrogate ads.
No surrogate ads.
No.
It's mostly the events and
yes,
the associations.
So our work, our quality speaks. So we are winning so many international accolades and awards and international events.
Yes, that I have heard of.
If you just Google that, that itself is driving the interest, and a lot of people are setting up malt industries in India. And probably with this FTA, maybe more will come.
Fantastic. We'll come to the last section of our podcast, which is the rapid fire.
Oh my God. That is meant for celebrities.
Rapid fire. You are a celebrity, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Have no mistake in assuming that. But I would want you to be as honest as possible. Whatever comes to your mind in the first.
I'll shoot from the hip.
Sure. आपका favorite अपने लिए favorite whiskey brand कौन सा है?
I drank rum for 30 years. Shifted to whiskey last 10-15 years maybe.
Okay.
So hardcore rum drinker. But yes, my favorite whiskey brand.
Yes.
Indian single malt, of course.
Okay.
Not because I worked there.
But because
I have tasted, all across. It's really class, world class.
Fantastic to hear. The rum में कौन सा favorite था आपका?
Hercules Sea Pirate, when I was commissioned in 1982, and I can share that a bottle of Sea Pirate or Hercules used to cost 6 rupees 75 paisa.
Oh my God! God!
But then corollary to that is my pay was 748 rupees. So I'm talking about 80s, 80.
Hercules Sea Pirate.
Hercules
it's
Sea
available?
Pirate, Old Monk.
Old Monk,
of course, very nice. And that time we used to have, as far as whiskey is concerned, Peter Scott or Solon number 1. Those were those brands of our younger days.
Great. Takes me back also in times. आपके हिसाब से smoothest whiskey कौन सी है? Indian, international, doesn't matter.
I think Glenfiddich is nice. I like that.
Okay, I kind of agree. एक ब्रांड जो बहुत ओवररेटेड लगता है आपको?
जैक डैनियल.
JD, सारे JD fans would be disappointed.
Yeah, I've been to US and I don't know. Some I don't have the budget for it. I'm not saying it's bad, no, but it's
fair.
Your taste.
Fair. आपके हिसाब से लग्जरी विस्की ज़्यादा बड़ा बनने वाला है या मास मार्केट विस्की बनने वाला है? इंडिया की बात कर रहा हूँ.
Without doubt, mass whiskey will stay for years to come. While we growing, the margins are also more in premium brands.
That's true.
But IMFL will continue to rule the roost for next foreseeable future, to my mind.
Okay.
That's also affordable,
Yeah, that's true. कोई doubt ही नहीं है. आप अगर collaborate करना चाहेंगे किसी international whiskey house के साथ, अगर करना ही है, तो किसके साथ करेंगे?
Only international. So, William Grant and Sons.
Man, this is a legacy.
Very great.
Great brand, I agree. आपका go-to drink क्या होता है after a long day? Could be alcoholic, non-alcoholic, both.
I take my single malt. One large. On the rocks.
On the rocks. ओके, एक मिथ जो आप बस्ट करना चाहेंगे विस्की इंडस्ट्री के बारे में?
The older the whiskey, the better.
ये मिथ है,
With
बताइए थोड़ा इसके बारे में.
अगर आप 18, 20, 25, 40 साल रख लोगे, it doesn't make it better than an 8 or 10 year old.
अच्छा, तो राइट टाइम वही है 8, 10, 12 साल?
कोई टाइम नहीं है.
ओके.
There are so many factors. बोल्ड होके ज्यादा बोल्ड, आप दाल को ज्यादा गला दोगे. माँ की दाल है ना, एक कुकर में बनी है और एक ढाबे में सिमर करते करते it becomes so beautiful. But beyond a point, if you keep simmering it, it doesn't hold that taste and that aroma or the flavor, the notes. So it is the craft, how you have blended it, how you have made it. It's not necessarily that 20, 30 year old age is not a factor.
ये बहुत बढ़िया myth,
ये बहुत बड़ा myth है.
हाँ.
You know, which drives people कि I'm drinking an 18-year-old or 20-year-old or 50-year-old. What it has soaked from the casks may not be very palatable at that.
Understood.
Maybe okay. Not be, but I'm not saying it goes across the board.
Got it. एक वर्ड में अगर आप इंडियन विस्की को डिस्क्राइब करना चाहेंगे?
एक वर्ड में मेड इन इंडिया इन लेटर एंड स्पिरिट्स.
ओके, फ्रेज हो गया. चलिए, ठीक है,
फ्रेज हो गया.
आर्मी डिसिप्लिन और इंडस्ट्री नेटवर्किंग, आपको ज्यादा कौन सा मजा आता था?
नेटवर्किंग तो रिक्वायर्ड है, मोर सो इन द इंडस्ट्री. सो आई फाइंड डिसिप्लिन complements it, but networking surely is required, especially in the nature of the business in which we are and the structure which it is construed with.
Okay. एक लीडरशिप लेसन जो आज भी आप बोर्ड रूम में यूज करते हो, जो आर्मी से आपने उठाया था?
Decisive decision making. How do you build consensus? Because in the board it is all, as I told you about, while common vision, but individual interest of their own companies do play a role. So how do you get around them to keep them focused on the mission of IMWA and the vision of IMWA? So that is, as I told you, is a challenge, and that to get a decisive decision is what I would say. I take it from the army and bring it here.
Fantastic.
No time for consensus building over a very long period.
एक वीकनेस जो आपको ओवरकम करना पड़ा है इस पर्टिकुलर स्टेंट में?
Trying to get things done very fast. Because by nature
speed is of essence.
Speed. But here I feel going slow, taking your time to arrive at a very nuanced decision making is important, I think.
Okay. एक रेगुलेशन इन इंडिया जो आप चेंज करना चाहेंगे इस इंडस्ट्री का?
Why not have a common excise policy?
That would be wonderful. That would be
across the state, but that will require constitutional amendments.
Yes.
It will work. But then another thing which we can do is, have the ads. If not direct ads, have advertising allowed in a way that it supports the industry, promotes the industry, because our branding internationally is not as much. If you have to take on the Scotch, the Irish, the Japanese, we need international branding, we need international marketing. That is where it's being restrictive, without ads.
I agree, and कुछ similar industries को allow किया गया है, मतलब not in this space, जहाँ पे superstars are advertising it. So I agree, this is a little bit unfair. आपका favorite whiskey drinking city क्या है दुनिया का, जहाँ पे आप बैठ के पीना आपको सबसे ज़्यादा मज़ा आएगा, क्या आता है?
I recently went to Edinburgh for the Indo-Scot business meet, and I found that city really very vibrant, discerning, and people are fun-loving while discerning, and they really enjoy their weekends whiskeys, even daytime. So that is a very nice city, I think, where you have the best combination of very mature, responsible, discerning drinking habits.
Yeah, India will get there maybe someday, but I know what you're talking about. IMW अगर एक इंसान होता तो आप उसकी पर्सनालिटी कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं?
अभी तो बच्चा है,
हाँ बच्चा
टॉडलर है 1 साल का.
हाँ.
So it will take time. Ambitious, inclusive, bold, and resilient. That's what I would love this boy to grow into.
Lovely. Last question. You spoke about your pet Simba, right? Your golden retriever. 2 things I want to ask about it. First is, what have you learned from Simba that you apply in your life? And second is, just talk to us a little about your relationship. And do you suggest people to have a pet as they move along?
बहुत beautiful question है ये. Simba is my son, to start with, and my son Siddharth would be very happy to hear this when I tell, because he is also very fond of it.
2 sons.
Yeah, I have 2 sons, and it's all about unconditional love which they bring to the table. No judging, nothing. And most beautiful part about pets, apart from this unconditional love, is they teach you a lot about life. Live while you are short life which they live it to the fullest. And my Simba is one of the calmest pets. I want to take that from him. He's so calm. He doesn't bark for months. Can you believe it? Children can just put their hands in his mouth, pull his ears or his tail or sit on them. He just doesn't react. He's so calm and loving. Across anybody, if there was an intruder, he would start wagging his tail and love him like a typical golden retriever. He'll go along with it. So they teach you a lot in life, I think. All pets.
So you would suggest people to go for pets?
Yes. Very, very good family pet. It's a very intrinsic part of your life, I think.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rajesh sir, for coming to Badhta India Dekho. I think you're also taking India forward, Bharat forward in so many ways, both from your army stories to what you're managing now as IMW. I'm definitely going to experiment with the brands which I haven't till now. But I think a lot of people who are watching this also would want to at least be aware of the brands. Please continue doing the good work, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over.
Thank you. Wow, I am left with a lot of stories. In fact, जो मुझे अभी भी hit कर रहा है वो है the story from Angola, how he spent 45 days practically without food and water, and now coming back to make sure India, Bharat, is again number 1 in a category of his choice, whiskies. We also learned that actually this kind of tourism is picking up in India. The taxations are getting better and better. The Indian government is supporting better and better. And who knows, very fast we can become the biggest hub of the Whisky Associations also. And therefore many other such achievements in our Bharat. This and many more coming up in Badhta India Dekho. Don't forget to subscribe.